But now we can go on to the lineup for tonight's first A feature for the USRA Stock Car Division. On the pole, from Chowchilla, California, the 16B car, that's Randy Brown. To his outside, from Stoutland, Missouri, the 00 car, that's Derek Brown.
Are you sure?
Oh, wait a minute.
Are you?
Wait a minute. That's not the right lineup. Let's refresh. Here we go. Xander Treichel from... Just have to hit refresh on my race pass. That was just the ones who made it in there. So Xander Treichel from Green, Iowa, the 21X on the front row. To his outside, your current USRA national point leader from Grenada, Minnesota, the 32 car. That's the machine, Derek Green.
Inside row number 2, Randy Brown stopped by here in a modified on his way to a USMTS show. Decided to come back in a stock car out of Chowchilla, California, the 16B, and the rookie Blaine McMillan outside of him from Warrensburg in the 24.
Row number 3 on the inside from Greenwood, Arkansas, the 27 machine, that's Jeff Tennant. And to his outside from Urbana, Missouri, the 0 car, that's Mason Beck.
In row 4, Justin Aids to the inside in the number 10 from Webster City, Iowa, and the 2022 champ in Electric City, Blake Bolton's out of Appleton City, Missouri in the 34.
From Pleasant Hill, Missouri, the 47 machine, that's Ed Griggs. Into his outside, from Muskogee, Oklahoma, the 6D, that's David Whittle.
Derek Brown, there's Derek Brown.
There
he wasn't on the front row. He's back in row 6. 5 wins on the season for the Stoutland, Missouri native in the Double Donuts, and James Ellis on his outside from Richland, Missouri in the 83.
From Walker, Missouri in the 79 car, that's Gary Clark. To his outside in row number 7. From Wheatland, Missouri, the 21P car, that's Darren Phillips.
Josh Kellerman picked up a win at Rapid City earlier this year in the 43K from Sioux Center, Iowa, and Brad Whitney from Trenton, Missouri in the X9.
Row number 9 from Lubbock, Texas, long haul from Lubbock. And car number 4, that's Justin Laura. To his outside from Galt, Missouri, the 22H, that's Tim Hoselton.
Christopher Sawyer from Buffalo in the number 12, and Chad Shaw, he calls Trimble, Missouri home in the 93S. That's back in row number 10, and Gary Vaughn from Greenwood, Arkansas in the 25BA.
All right, we are through the lineup. The track prep machine up there. Going to run a lap around the top side, then we'll get into the parade lap and get things going. You know what's happening tomorrow night, Shane? Do you have the bags?
Do tell.
Do you have the bags packed? Are you staying put, or are you going home?
I don't know. It's a flip of a coin.
Well, I'll tell you this. You better pack them tomorrow night.
Okay.
Because the poor man's Luke Combs is playing. Joe Inman is getting in the house.
All right.
He's playing tomorrow night after the races. So Joe Inman going to be putting on a show for everybody that's here in the pits, in the stands. You stick around after the races, and you're going to get a show. No, Berg is not in bed. He's standing here right to my left. The outlaw, Brad Ratcliffe, wants to know where Berg went. We've just had a hiatus. We're on a rotation here. He actually asked
if you want
Berg
Berg,
go home to bed so he can actually get breakfast.
I'll get the headset over. I'm more than happy to go to the house. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning.
Well, it's a running joke because he just wanted to know if he went to bed so he could actually get up and get breakfast. Breakfast time.
I heard he's making breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, Chris Loberg, here he is checking in tonight as well. All right, I'm ready to get these fired off.
Well, I hope so, because you got a half a lap before we go green.
Well, we got.
I want to put your phone down.
No, we don't need
text and drive. You shouldn't text and call a race either.
I've got this big screen right in front of me as the green flag comes out, and here we go. Xander Treichel, Derek Green on the front row. The drag race, the boot scoot and boogie down into turn number 1. Derek Green still side by side with Xander Treichel as they work off turn number 2.
Parade lap formation through turns 1 and 2. And now Derek Green down on the track, cuts off the nose of Xander Treichel. Back up the track he goes as they stay nearly side by side off of 4, but quickly get lined out as Derek Green grabs the lead on lap number 1.
You want to look at some statistics, pull those up for Derek Green. He has had a season for the record books as the machine is out to the race lead. Now we take a look back. Mason Beck working down on the bottom side of the speedway. Up top of him, we've got that 24 machine. Blaine McMillan trying to work around the outside of Mason Beck, but Beck too strong. Following him, Jeff Tennant in the 27, side by side with McMillan.
You were telling me about the stats from Derek Green. They were on the front row. The front row for this race had a combined 24 victories on the season. Xander Treichel was 0. Derek Green, 24.
I like the way you put that. Not that Xander Treichel's a bad race car driver, but Derek Green has just had an amazing season. There's a good shot of that Jaeger implement, Terminator chassis car number 32. And it's Grenada, Minnesota.
Okay.
I know that I used to mess that up, but you get yelled at occasionally.
Oh, yeah. We had a vintage racing series come in with a lot of drivers from Iowa, Wisconsin with tracks that I had never heard of. And the man behind me, Doug Neff, is from Iowa. I'm like, how do you say this name? He's like, I don't know.
Well, Doug is vast in the Iowa history. He's been telling us all sorts of great statistics throughout the night. Doug does a good job here weekly at the Lucas Oil Speedway. He's your partner in crime, your cohort there. As we look at the 00, look at that. Making some moves there.
Derek Brown out of Stoutland, Missouri, makes the move on Blake Bolton. You see the 10 get just a little tail happy. Able to get it straightened out as Justin Aids is able to keep us under green, but he's going to drop a couple of spots. Fall back through the pack, probably drop outside the top 10 as Mason Beck now looks to the inside of Randy Brown. This will be a pass for position. They're 3rd and 4th right now, running right behind Xander Treichel, who's in 2nd. And Randy Brown to the bottom side of the track keeps Mason Beck at bay, but only for the time being as Beck continues to go on the charge.
Now again, we're looking for the top 2 out of this feature because we have 3 stock car features on the night. We're going to lock in 6 cars to Saturday night show. So right now you want to be either Xander Treichel or Derek Green. That's why everybody's vying for these positions. You can see Randy Brown trying to work the bottom side of Treichel right there. Not going to get it done that time. Treichel way upstairs, riding the rim around, and Brown kind of working that bottom groove.
Xander Treichel Scooter, he's called, out of Green, Iowa. Terminator chassis. 1 top 5 on the season. Treichel Repair, Harms Trucking, and Match Repair. Sponsors on that ride that is in jeopardy of getting booted from the top 2 right now is Randy Brown, a nose out in front. Can he make it stick? A little bit of a bobble as he enters the backstretch. Down to the bottom side of the track he goes, and Mason Beck is just waiting to see which line works better and follow those tire tracks. Right now it looks as though it's going to be Treichel on the top side, but Mason Beck just might shoot the middle. Yeah,
he's just forging his own path. Randy Brown down on the bottom, Treichel upstairs, Mason Beck going to follow suit with them through 3 and 4. Treichel goes back down to the bottom, and here's where Mason Beck tries to split the wickets.
But contact with the 2 cars in front of him, he may not have to. They may wipe each other out, and Jeff Tennant sits back in the 27, and the car to pay the price right now tended to be Randy Brown, or the way it looked anyway, down the back stretch, but on the drive he goes again to the low side.
Wow, some close quarters racing right there. Treichel and Randy Brown. What a heavyweight battle we have there. Good corner by Treichel that time. Mason Beck might have something for Randy Brown on the outside now as Brown scoots back a little bit. Beck upstairs, and look at this. Tennant right there as well. Randy Brown pulling double duty, has modified here as well as the stock car this week.
Watch that 3-car battle for 3rd. Great battle, but in all reality, doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot right now because Derek Green is out by 3 seconds over Xander Treichel, and those are the 2 positions you need to be in with only 5 to go. Mason Beck told me about middle of the season he had last lap passes on 3 out of 4 races for the win off of turn 4, and I asked him, I'm like, do you just save it for late? He said, I'm so used to a caution coming out, I save my tires, I put myself in a position, and then I charge hard late. Well, he's running out of laps right now. The chances of caution coming out with 4 to go, slim to none, and Slim probably already left the building.
Yeah, he is running out of time, but it's not out of time for the week because we are on your best 2 points nights. So a top 4 or 5 finish still going to be putting you in good position for tomorrow night and for Saturday's races. So not all is lost. Just looking through the best positions gained here, guys who've moved up the most spots. Josh Kelderman in that 43K, he's up 7 spots. Christopher Sawyer up 6, and Derek Brown in that 00, he's climbed up 5 positions.
Well, I tell you, I don't think Randy Brown wants anything to chance at all. I think if he can get around Xander Treichel, he's going to take that opportunity as Derek Green, the Mean Green 32, continues to roll with 1 to go. He's going to win this one at no doubter, over 4 seconds ahead of Xander Treichel, but the battle is going to be for second. Who can lock their way in for tomorrow?
Look at this. We got a lap car right in the middle of this. Mason Beck down to the inside. Brown through the middle. Treichel upstairs. This is the battle for that second and final lock-in spot as Derek Green crosses the line. This one coming down to the start-finish line. Who's going to get it? Mason Beck slides up and takes that second spot.